strong a combo. As
Okay,
KRU
KRU on
go
defense,
flash, they can
MIBR on
still fight through
attack,
those walls.
and
But we're into the pistol rounds
thank
here,
God
and
we're not on
MIBR will
icebox
take
anymore.
space B main.
Oh, delayed.
Camera
B main
into
trap.
Omen
So
flash
off of
into
this camera
potential
contact, we got
stun into
Paranoia, we
swing.
got fault line, we've got a fight ready to go.
But that nade stalled him for a moment. MIBR flashed up here.
that's
Second nade being invested.
the nades at the moment are unreal. Yeah, and he was blind,
to the
didn't see
nade,
the nade on top of his head here.
ran away from this one.
Yeah, they're going to book it on out of here. Notice, though, that MIBR have left a sneaky little raise back in B main.
Another fight into mid. KRU on the re-clear. They're so proactive. You don't have a
Nice
moment
pistol.
to breathe against this team.
Yeah, a little bit weird. MIBR
People that watch my YouTube, you know I'm a fan of the 4-1 pistols, and instead of going proactive, it's just a straight up trap play. And then if they don't get info early, they can just go fast. So I'm just telling you, the 4-1 pistols. How many times have we heard me talk about it? Win rate just.
If MIBR want to win this round,
80-90% win rate.
Forward, but the safer bet is just to go for the plant. Heat now on the move. Clearing out early into elbow before he sees that player, and yeah, that's just going to be way too easy.
Yeah, it creates a lot of pressure. Might even flash high on this.
3 players swinging onto Artisan.
Very nice in terms of the pistols. People that like to count the pistols, it's 3-0.
Picking up where we left off. KRU set one strong side early on, fight with the initiators, and then are constantly re-clearing, finding the next fight, finding the next position. They're such a hard team to deal with.
Forsaken's like the dedicated call of the pistols, interesting. Yeah, I mean they're pre-planned, right?
Trap play on this map, where previously they were playing the chamber, they weren't playing a
It's
breach,
nice when you
they were
have
just
stuff
playing
like that
sort
where
of
you can
as they
just
go
Compared to
fight
their own
things.
sunset comp.
designate certain people to do
It's a
certain
very
things.
different stylistic look for them. Here they're going to be setting up over on A, where you just have the fault line ready to go. They're going to send a Dizzy straight up into the air. If that
Anything
means
crazy?
anything,
No
you can
bias.
send that
Triple
fault
sheriff.
line.
Okay, triple sheriff because they bought. Sorry, triple sheriff because they got the plant down.
It goes up there.
And 10 seconds later, that Dizzy will be back online to re-clear A main if they want.
Yeah, the interesting thing with that A main fight, what just happened there, is Artisan had actually pushed past the one-way. Looked like he forced Melzer off the line, but Melzer just came straight back in and took him down anyways.
One of the big upsides of this breach is how much control you can get with that stun. You have what you talked about with that A main stun, but also that trip breaks in mid. You have a fault line online, you can be sending it over there, then you can fight in that space. Back on B main, you can set up these trap plays. It gives you a ton of different options.
Yeah, especially because you have all the Cypher utilities. You can really lean away from that Cypher and overload your util in other areas. The unfortunate thing is once you are forced off of this one way that usually you invest so much to get, you do have to fall back and play a much more passive position into that space. But on a round like this, KRU not going to be too unhappy to give up that territory.
Yeah, and in those late rounds, once the stun's back online, Dizzy's back online, your retakes are still super strong.
It's not possible to play.
Leave retake on B here. Okay, no they don't.
Flash
They go back
combo
to
going
site.
over the top of the site, fault lines, paranoias. Yeah, good luck.
MIBR going to head back over towards
left.
B. This was the weak side to start, but Shy still has some util here. And support not far away.
MIBR really taking their time with this one.
This
Hopefully
trip
get a
is so
plant
dumb,
line.
bro.
Not if Shy has anything to say about it. Really fighting into that line with the paint shell 2 to stall. KRU not wanting to give over any of that bonus money. Easily done, just losing a couple of players on the play.
One enemy remaining.
Not too bad. 2. They lost a pistol though, so it's like only one gun into this one. Yeah, and they might have to default and use the nades to break this, or like the satchels to break this. We'll see. This trip is just going to be here every single time.
And the way that Viper thrives on this map is countering it out. So you're going to see an orb thrown down right in that space on top of the wall, and it basically
But no
means that they
Viper.
throw that
People
up, break
prepping
the
for
control
Viper
over
enough.
one
Maybe.
lane. Even if the stun were to come out, no one could actually fight off it.
Double
because they were able to
initiator.
see through that smoke
Double
at
initiator
all.
is
So it
starting
also
to look
changes
kind of
how KRU are
strong.
going to approach the fight, 'cause now you've got a
Gecko's
Dizzy
in a
not
really
looking
good
for the forward
place.
line, really changing things up. I'd actually love it if we could go over to A main and sort of see what
If we
that
did get a
setup looks like.
Viper,
You do have
if we
sort
did
of
get a
that control
Viper
of the
enough,
fight
Gecko
being
would
done.
pick rate would be
That's a
like
defensive smoke, but the orb was
what,
placed down
60,
earlier.
70 maybe percent. I
And like you were
reckon.
mentioning, they're initiating the second layer of this setup, right? They back away a little bit and then can fall
You would
back into
imagine
the
it would
side
take them a
play for
long time
retake.
to nerf
And
Gecko
all
as
this
well.
Viper, the real power of it
They
is
must
just
make so much
threatening
money
that
from
they put
wingman
a player up into
plushies.
elbow. And it forces almost 2 players to commit playing over towards this A side of the map, unless the Cypher is there. And that can leave your B side a little bit weak. Notice that big gap on the B side that MIBR can take advantage of now because of all the work they put into A main at the start of the round.
Stun to re-clear into mid. No one home. MIBR will walk into B main. No Cypher util to slow them down. It's likely going to turn into a retake for KRU on that B side.
Yeah, just a straight up fight. retake.
And the question is, how
We've
do you
seen
end up
this
playing the
before.
post plant? Do crew try to
And
get
what
multiple
is
flanks going
the
on?
B after
They flood
plant
out
like
into
for
the site.
MIBR?
To MIBR.
Do they have
Actually
the
push
stairs,
forward for a little bit
plant,
more
smoke
space.
yourself
Right now, they're
off,
not
stuff
running
down?
into anyone. So if they
Do they want to
can
fight
play
site a
much
little
more
bit?
aggressively
We at
on
least get
site.
the right
They've also got
plant. We see a
placed on
camera
their
exactly
side
on the spike
in
to
the
see if
late round to
anyone's
make sure no
sticking.
one's actually sticking
Omen,
back through.
however,
It can really
gonna be the
delay
first
when
to
they
fight
move forward
site.
this. And in the late round, you will have to watch
Omen
out for
TP's
that
away.
Viper,
Looks
the
like they
late
got the
round
after
coming
plant
into
stuff
market from the
ready.
scene.
They got an Omen flash here. Take some map control.
Paranoia. We'll fight back towards market. MIBR a ton of space
Guy's
here.
eating util at the moment.
Brilliant spot in the post plant. What a good position from them.
Whoa,
And JZZ
that
too,
is the luckiest
taking
thing
the
ever.
fights himself
This
over
is like,
at
how have I
market.
got this extra kill?
Still looking for a little
Nah,
extra on the
might get
back.
them all.
That's 3 for him. You gotta love to see it.
Crispy shots.
My bad
At
again.
least for the first 3, he'll fall eventually. But enough was done. MIBR
Okay, good sign from
win this round
MIBR
on
in terms
time,
of the
and
after
Crew
plant, and crew maybe
will
need
fall
to
back
talk
safe
about
to
the
these
fact that
rifles.
it's going to
Maybe
be a
Shy
hard
can
site to
play to
retake.
kill a couple
Might
of
want
these
to
on the
switch the
way out.
site that they're fighting. We'll see.
Not today.
Did enough damage to
Not
make this a
today.
swing round though, so
That's a great round called there, though, from MIBR.
has any
Really
teams
slow
used
playing the
Killjoy on
map, not
Sunset?
wanting
Yeah,
to
there
get
was a
bonus to get
Chinese team the other day.
and the pivot into a
Who
soft
was
B
it?
site, exactly what they needed. The refight into market, I loved as well.
And that's the MIBR from kickoff I was more excited
gee,
about, right?
I can't
Like this
really
team that versus their old self with Heat on the team that would way overcommit into these initial ideas, would just go for fast hit after fast hit, lose out a lot of the time, have weird stuff in the mid round. A team that can really take their time to play that default, play the map properly.
100 Fees
and
G2
set themselves
yesterday.
up into really
100 Fees looked
well
really
thought
good, to be
through late
honest.
rounds.
We'll see how this
D2, I
adjusts
think their
as
map
Crew
pool
continues
needs
changing up
work.
their positions a little
They
bit.
look
It's
really
got
strong
players
when I look at
coming
like
in
Icebox,
from
but
the
then
left
some of the other
side.
maps I don't
MIBR
think it's at
wanna
the same
reclear
level.
this. Off the Viper
I think they're still trying to get their map pool there
Crew's
with
winning out on it. Heat picks up 2, he'll retreat.
the
Flash
or
on
the player
line.
change.
Tempted by
Goes
the
close
idea.
over
With that
towards
kill
A,
coming through
early
on mid.
punish. They tried to disrespect the
need it.
one way and find out about it.
RGL forced back by the nade too. There's just about no way. You've got to shoot too many things, too many players. Yeah, you can get the one.
Hey,
But
solid
what
from
a-
crew.
What a ballsy call
What
from
I think
Crew
about Team
pushing
Liquid,
through that
bruh,
smoke,
they gotta sort
knowing that,
their
yeah, it's a
defense
little
on
bit of a
split.
flip.
That would be the
These
main
players
focus
are
right
running
now
from the one
is
way, but they
we
only
played
had to
split
deal with
3
that
times,
one.
lost
Once
the
they
map
got
every
that
single
first
time because their
player,
defense is split.
everyone
Gotta
else just
focus on
blocked
that.
off by the one way. There was a stun that came through from Klaus to allow the Gecko to escape.
And then work out what the next issue is after that
Yeah,
once
you
you
see that
sorted
fault
it.
line
But that's
coming
like the
in
big
deep
one
as
at the
well.
moment.
Staggers the players from MIBR, means that Heat can take a 2v1. Shouldn't have been favored. in this heat.
Yeah, they shouldn't
They can win
have.
that.
Not too sure they should have been winning that, but
This will be tough. MIBR forced out of that A main space. A couple of rounds.
Two
in a
hero,
row.
sorry, 3 hero
Changing
guns on
their
this one.
strategy, you know, instead, let's fight for mid.
And
A
yeah,
lot
they're
of
doing
times
pretty
mid
good at
defaults are
fighting
all
here,
about
but
breaking the
I
door
mean,
close and
you're
fishing for any
MIBR
top
and
mid
we've been
cypher
fighting
trip.
over towards A
Forcing
and retake
the
over
defense
towards B,
away
and
from
your
those
after
forward
plant's pretty
holdings
good. We're not
in
to
A
be
main or B
leaning
main.
heavier
Actually,
towards
it's
B.
another round where we're stepping forward here, spotted out by the dog, and going back. And that's been the pattern now, 2 rounds of the last 3. We're on that second Viper wall cycle. The Sky Dog comes through to threaten that lurk in bed.
This is nice
And I really
though.
like how Melzer's playing in front of
Yeah,
that to shut
and
down
they've
the scouting.
given
early.
enough pressure over towards this. They kind of have to have 2 over towards A. They're a little bit stronger over towards B. We are gonna
Door
fake
broken.
market, but pressure mid, right?
And a flash for Artazine to take that space. But that's not just a fake for this fight into mid.
Will they get the
Thrash
Fischl
is
out of that?
One fight, top mid goes down.
Fischl
Just
does.
a bit of a jiggle and backing out of the space because right
Does
now
hit one at
MIBR,
middle.
they've made it through shot. They've got a
Yeah,
player
they've
in
done really
elbow.
good here as well, especially
Just
Viper.
the E to get this cross, but
That
the spike
is the
left
spike
on its
though.
own.
Dude, that was the
A
spike
site
on its
belongs to
own.
MIBR, but the spike is out there, Narnia.
I mean, RGL's omen, he could have TP'd across, he could have used any piece of utility to escape, but instead he just takes the fight and loses it. A lapse of judgment,
I
but
can't believe they
MIBR
managed to get a
still
spike and get
recover.
out of there.
Showstopper that is, for Kesnet.
Oh,
to
does
flood
he just
back in
random
the
pre-fire
Seekers.
the spot on the right?
2-5 as
No, he
players
doesn't.
just
He's dead.
below him.
Oh,
Kesnet's not
lost.
aware, Artazine.
Holy hell. How many
much
did he
can
get?
from this spot? That's one. Second, connected. Beautiful
How
shots.
on earth did they manage to win this?
Full chaos
I mean,
around
Sky
there.
did great to just instantly
MIBR
react, try and
somehow
get the
able to see
spike.
through it after
Did these
losing
guys
the
have
spike and
dueled more?
fight
Was
their
there
way
some
back
util
out.
that I was missing? A vision block?
And that's 2 ults.
Man, this
for
guy's headset
Crew.
is so
Used
far
2
forward.
big
It's
ults
like on
on
his
Thrash,
forehead.
And that showstopper lost.
It's tough because they were sort of set up for that hit to come into the B site with those 2 ultimates. I think MIBR did a good job of baiting.
Honestly, they
hit
did good
into
to
B
go
site,
get
then
that.
Pivoting quickly back into top mid. All that work early in the round, breaking that Cypher trip, taking mid space, seeing what the hold was going to be like, ended up up paying off big time for them.
So for the first time this series, KRU feeling like they're falling behind a little bit. Adam going to take a tactical pause of his own.
They're still up 3-2, Mimi.
But in the way of momentum.
Yes. They called a timeout last game too on 12-6.
That is true.
Maybe they were scared that it was coming back. No, they just wanted to clean it up easily. And honestly, I don't feel like KRU need to change too much. It's more about how MIBR are reacting. Because right now, if I'm coming into this, I just see MIBR do a couple of these
Kuka, you think
fakes,
100 Thieves and KRU are headed to
fake out the
Shanghai?
market
That's
before
very
it's back into
bold.
top mid. KRU need to reset and be a little bit more aware of that, right? So if the early Cypher tripwire is getting broken, maybe that means regrouping top mid, looking
That's
to
over.
fight for some space.
Hold up.
KRU could
That's
get a little bit more
insanely
proactive,
bold.
and that
Surely
goes
to
to
stick with one team there. With Sen, NRG, Lev getting their first win, Loud.
So KRU moved their Cypher over towards the A site, still joined by that Gecko to condition that Dizzy.
Expect it. I mean, you got to dream big. It's true.
Klaus, vault line, paranoia, ready to go. This is a very different round. Actually, Kesnet might look quickly out of market here. We'll see what ends up happening, because, yeah, we stepped out into mid. There's a
Okay,
lot
early
of
mid
space
control,
taken
but
at
in
B
return, at the
by
beginning, we
Bowser.
decided to actually go aggro over towards B main. It's a nice timeout because obviously money's really low on this one, and the money is getting pretty stacked here. We've still got 2 people wrecked, but we can have some drops.
A player could walk all the way back through that.
Yeah, and there's good pressure at the moment, and they want to go clear back their question mark that was created here. And how do they do that with this comp?
To really threaten going into B, they need to re-clear this space.
When the sky's here.
Although JZZ, with all their flashes, is over on the A side of the map, maybe looking for a delayed dog to, you know, convince KRU that there's a little bit more pressure is put over towards the A site. We're actually prepping a paranoia ready to go.
Artizine, good movement on the satchels, but that Omen's faster. Still 3 players on B, ready to contain this one. But it's not a hit to come. They're actually going to call back towards that sky, or maybe just fake it out.
They're faking everybody out. Here. Artizine's just one off of the showstopper. MIBR are going to use this dog and the Viper. This
Do they find the trips?
Notice Mazine making footsteps, running around.
Omen ult as well over towards spawn, so he Omen ults towards spawn, so they're creating a lot of question marks that he could have hit over towards site. And the A fake, I mean, this worked out pretty well, I'm not gonna lie, this was a cool round. Fake over towards A, Skydog goes in, one person follows it up, makes a little bit of sound. They have an Omen ult that goes to spawn so far away that they can't hear that it gets cancelled, so they're like checking all of these bases. I know they had someone spawn. But it was still very nice, like overall plan. In theory, they could have had a bit more confidence in their early trips.
If they can win this fight, they can win the round. But JZZ,
nice, man.
2v1, not a problem for him.
Yeah, what a solid round. And this is the big round that forces them to an eco. And honestly, the whole idea from MIBR was really nice. Very patient over towards B main as well. I enjoy these ults where like the Omen just DPs close to where they are, or where they have map control already.
Yeah, MIBR, this new MIBR's not really a team where any particular player is like your Kesnet, your ultimate star that you can watch every
planting
game
a bit too close. Yeah, I think it's for that. I think like 'cause every time they've been planting like on the edge here, there's normally someone that's around middle to like through market, so it feels like it's just a preset thing, and they're not so heavy B main. Whoa.
Just takes Artisan's head off.
Yeah, they get good info for this, and Omen can maybe stay committed.
MIBR spread apart, 2 players towards A, 2 over towards B. That separation allows
Shot.
them to keep going on.
Oh, this is really on 3v5. Oh my god, they're all taking turns.
These sheriffs are ludicrous.
Yeah, and they go guns there. Man, 3 shots, 3 kills. That was nuts round.
Going crazy in this round.
Make no mistake.
A lot of pressure here. Ult goes in, takes space, takes angle, shot, and then this guy plays in. It was really cool.
They knew they were taking 1v1s.
Heat holding the line. A one-way for him.
Womp womp.
MIBR are going to try and fight through it.
Oh.
Bit of timing. Missed there on. He didn't quite.
Did he not quite see the feed there? Maybe he looked at the minimap when he peaked. Cage is good. And they hit 2 people there.
2 guns versus 4 sheriffs. Who wins?
They have no idea that site is clear right now.
Re-wrapping back towards alley to flood out back site.
Plant needs to come down. RTL's
Got a
going to try and
flash
fight
to
first.
spawn.
Paranoia.
Flash
He's
plant.
blinded. He's got one of his own.
Hope the Cypher kills everyone.
45 HP. The sheriffs are on their way. FRZ is the only one left.
What a nightmare.
The spike not planted for him. He has to run past so many bullets, past so many players. And
Yeah, nicely done. Dude, shots were hit on this. 2 upgrades for the guns as well.
That's excellent. Every round from Cruz,
I mean, they just hit some absolute shots, to be honest.
And then they just full send it through mid. Shy getting that
Did they
kill.
need to group and like dog? Maybe, but
He could also keep going.
pretty hard. It's pretty hard because you want to take back map control and then skydog into a site to see if there's a stack. They just hit a lot of shots here. I wouldn't even be too mad if I was MIBR in this.
I mean, that is a round to just arrest your momentum if you're MIBR. They do still have guns though, and they're gonna actually fight through this smoke fast onto Heat. He's flashed off in the corner, loses the duel.
What a strange round.
Skydog goes in. Does it see the trip at least?
Looking to fight back into elbow. It's a one-on-one for now, and off of the tripwire gets that
the
first
trips
hit.
are annihilating them.
Not too much space to work with, but taking his timings around the side.
What an absolute beast, bro. That's a 6 site hold. He did so well. What an anchor.
MIBR still in this round. They've traded it back to a 2v2, but Klaus shuts down Mazin. And now the task of clutching on RGL.
He got 2 more than he should have.
Baiting the swings. Come to me, he says. But now the paranoia, I don't think he wants it. Crew step back, taking their time.
Flash. Aftershock on as well, but
Shadows traveling. I mean, if he sticks this plant, he is in so much trouble. The fault line will come through. He tries to get in front of it, but he can't. He knows there's jumping towards him. Tries to confuse it, maybe finds it.
Holy hell, the fake TP completely wrecked them. That smoke was everything as well.
So many pieces of utility.
Oh my god, the guy in sight must be livid, man.
The spacing is so
the Cypher must be like, what more do I have to do here?
After already having invested the paranoia,
Or 2 hero plays from the back of sight.
To clear out slant, he finds the perfect gap.
That was just 2 players that round went insane. Shy playing in that same position that RGL gets the Red Bull clutch from. Knowing their timings, and that keeps it even. Like now Crew's back on another eco, Mimi.
And that's off of Crew having just won that crazy Sheriff round.
The Crew solution to ecos is walk out into mid. Kesnet was all the way up there, couldn't quite find the angle, but still stuck out in the middle of nowhere. JZZ takes him down.
Trades.
That's MIBR with a round advantage.
Thing from bomb middle, that was good.
Exchange.
A strange one, that's for sure.
A strange, true. Does that matter?
JZZ's doing the same thing. It's the Sky A fake. I mean, the timing's been pretty consistent. That round's been coming through
a stretch,
between 55 seconds to a minute 5 seconds.
That's a stretch.
And usually there's been at least one body behind it. Not actually looking for it this time around as Crew look for a re-clear, pick up a rifle on Melzer. Instantly taken away by JZZ. I mean, this guy just loves playing out in mid.
Yeah, they have
#1 lurking Sky.
been a big fan of every time they go B having a person control in middle.
I hate it that it's working. But MIBR, honestly, the amount of
should
times
try, and
they
that's
have been
actually
able to full contact into that B site, just knowing that it's the Cypher setup usually, and not often having kill trips or anything set up.
No hard feelings.
We'll get a pretty kill.
Yeah, a little stat pad for Shy.
Yeah, and
But
I think the
now
others are
especially
just
that
going to
Shy
accept
has
this now.
pivoted to playing a lot more over towards that A site. As soon as, you know, Crew are grouping up to fight out into mid or anything, B site is getting a little bit weak, and that might be an area that Crew look to
Pretty good game. Honestly, I really do like this. I'm telling you, I really like this map. As long as they got rid of this plant spot here, it would be such a good map. Like it's only one big flaw. That's
Shy
it.
gets to keep his weapon.
Other than that, the map works. Map plays so sick.
That eco round might trick you a little bit, but if it weren't for that, it would have been 5 rounds in a row for MIBR. They've been dominating on these rifle rounds thus far.
Crew just took their second time out.
Would you hold on the B post
in a
bombs then? You gotta go
Hands on
more
the
sight,
face,
and then you gotta
all the way back.
hold on to market
Call
control.
timeout. I need a nap.
Boss moment.
Could even take
But honestly, that's really
take
surprising. They only have 3 rounds
over
left
as
to
well.
play. Adam's
There's
got
options
to
for
have
sure.
a great read coming in here to justify.
You can still
a call
hold
like
someone
this.
B main. It's
Unless
just the fact that
maybe,
you
know,
can't
things
smoke
are
yourself
getting
off and have
rough in
like
the
4
comms,
there.
They're feeling a little bit frustrated after losing a couple of rounds. Might justify something like that.
He is a super vocal coach.
Oh no, he's got ideas.
Yeah, every time you watch this guy in the timeout, he is yapping.
I'm in
like
for the end of
crazy.
that.
That's a
Plus
lot.
1 ult orb
In
on
terms of
Gecko.
like ults they have to really
For
think
sure.
about, there's not a ton, because MIBR are playing the control comp. It's like an Omen ult, a Seekers,
You can pretty
a
much
Viper's
do-
Pit. So maybe they talk about a post
I see what
fight
you're
with a
saying
pit,
though,
but
so you're
really, I
like
think it's gotta be
committed.
about
That's interesting.
controlling space in mid and
That's
in the
thanks
ground,
number
'cause
9.
that's where
Thank
a
you
few
for the
times
15
now
months,
MIBR
man.
have done a great job of beating out KRU.
The interesting thing
thank you
too
for the
is
kind
we
words
haven't
as well,
really
mate.
gotten to see
course,
KRU
bro. Appreciate
play
being a-
basically any set retakes. This whole game has been MIBR slowly working through the map, getting picks.
Yeah, and every
by
time
the
they get a
they're in
buy
close
rounds,
fights,
they lose
rounds
the
are pretty
next.
much
It
always
just
decided.
gets
And that is the
becomes a
nature of this
nightmare for
MIBR
their
comp. I think
econ.
they've been doing a great
Speaking
job
of their
of
econ, it is
waiting
low,
for
so
the
they're going to
lurks,
want to use the
trying
ults
to
into this
force
round.
KRU to rotate out of position. KRU are setting up for
Coaches
a bit
here
of a
comms,
fight
yeah.
at the time being. Can get a fault line going, but also from market position. Klaus can support a delayed fight.
Change
into
up
this
fast
area.
on this.
MIBR taking it
Omen
so
ult this
fast
time
and
committed
ult to
over
scout out
towards site.
Sees 2 players, as a matter of fact, and MIBR they're continuing to heat up. Shy fighting in the smoke, but gets taken
Okay,
down by
nicely
JZZ.
done there. Just all 3 of them
And
as
what's
soon
he
as the
gonna
trip
do?
goes off,
He's
they're
sticking
shooting
around
us.
for now, throws in
Yeah, and
the
they got to
volley.
get out,
They'll
and maybe this
stay
mosh pit
into
was
the
needed for the
corner.
retake.
FRZ
Did this
tucks,
guy get
though.
seen?
Now 3 players flooding back in.
Oh,
This is gonna be a
guys, not
fast
again
retake.
from this
Rolling
pause.
Thunder, but no one's watching FRZ. Picks up a double, fights for more. Klaus above deals with the problem. Now into a 3v2 with a flank coming soon. Minute to get the spike down.
MIBR could look
But
to
they're
just run
not
it into
in.
spawn now.
Oh,
These 2 players grouped
oh
up,
boy.
swinging back into the line. Melzer takes
Yeah,
the
dude,
ball
the 3-person stack went towards back site, and then they were out of position, and then decided to
That's
triple
one way
swing
to even
this.
it out. For the first time,
Into
we see
2
a
different
pace change
angles,
from
and then no one
MIBR.
swung at
They
the
go
back
much
wall.
faster into this site. And
I mean, at
against
least
those
they all
targets,
listened to the
flooding
call,
in,
but I think the
especially
call
when this
doesn't make
comp
too much
has
sense there.
ultimates online, is where
A nice
it
fast flood,
thrives.
but
That is so annoying for KRU as well, because they just called a timeout, and they're like, okay, how do we deal with this slow play default style? How do we deal with their mid-rounding? And then you just get slammed right off the rip. And that's not a round where, like, it's a raise rocket where you're expecting the aggression. Nah, that was just a good pivot out of the timeout from MIBR.
Yeah. Still doesn't win you the round. Sometimes those heroics are enough. JZZ faster up mid here on the lurk, but he's lost his Viper over towards A. Getting a little bit too quick on that
Yeah,
lurk. Now they're gonna
MIBR
head
really changing up the
into
pace
an
since that
ace-bolt through
timeout.
spawn here.
It's so fast again.
holy hell.
Already incoming over
Oh
from the
my
B
god,
side.
it could have got so
Archmeister is
much
down.
more.
A
51.
lot of explosion damage as well, with the paint shells raining in from above.
I mean, it's just
The
artillery
util's just
across the
wrecking
map
them
for
every time
Keswick
it's the
to
spike
keep
as
this
well.
flank contained, and with all that's
Dude, I'm
going
not sure
down,
they need
Shy's
to
on
do
the other side,
the
picking
change
them
of pace
apart.
again.
It's a war
The
of
slow's
attrition.
been working very
Who is it?
well,
Regaining the lead in
and
this
KRU will
half.
take this.
Last round
I like the
in
change of
half.
pace last
Forget
rounds.
about that slow
Maybe
gameplay
not
style,
this one.
but they've adjusted well to this fast look for
Jervos,
MIBR.
thank you so much, man. Appreciate it. Welcome into the Slug Club. Thank you for the tier 1.
Game 1 was a 7-5
Jervo
after the
or
first half for
Evo?
KRU, and MIBR don't want to let that happen. That's now 3 timeouts in the first half. That is not often you see that MIBR calling this one.
And, I mean, this is a
do have a
timeout
lot
to
of
say go
coaches in this
slow,
server
right?
Who do love to kind of
You know what I said about going faster? Ignore that.
Bazooka and Fraud
Go
over
slow.
on the MIBR camp. I think
Answer
probably
your
the
question?
reason
Sorry,
people
where
were
is your
most
question?
excited about this MIBR team, right? For the NA audience, right?
Yeah.
Is it's not really a name that you were looking at a ton coming into this one, bit of a surprise there.
no,
But these guys,
unless
I mean,
it's a
they won a
sponsor,
world
Des.
championship together with Loud, and it's just really
Unless,
been a
like, your
question of
August
how
sponsors,
long till they can develop this
then you
MIBR
pretty much gotta
project
get your own
into
stuff.
something that can compete towards the top level of the league.
And you've gotta
Kavinki,
implement
thank
it
you so much,
quickly,
man.
right?
Thank you, thank
Every
you.
single
Appreciate the
series,
gifted.
giving you an
And
opportunity to win a
Nanobot, welcome
championship
in.
point to lead into that Champions Qual later on in the year. Matches against teams that are sort of, you look at KRU and MIBR and you're thinking, okay, we can be looking middle of the pack.
Yeah,
trying
not
to break
yet. Okay,
up
thanks so
higher
much, man.
eventually, but
Appreciate
you
that.
gotta beat your opposition here. This is a deceptively important match for these two teams in the landscape
Okay, so yeah,
of the league.
just really wants
really
to
the
get
thing.
this
If you're one
last
of these kind
round,
of lower
and
mid-level
obviously has a lot of
expectation
faith
teams, if you
in their
can't beat your
defense
competition
to be able to
in the
call both
pack,
of the timeouts in
then
this
it
half.
makes you rely on multiple
Right? That is
upsets
correct,
against
right?
the
You
top
use
dogs
both?
to make playoffs.
That it does. B-main aggression is the name for KRU. 3 rounds in a row.
So yeah, they must have a lot of faith on their defense and feel like they kind of got it on lock, but attack is where they've needed the most help in Prague. KRU use both? Oh, okay, KRU use both. So then this is fine from MIBR. Kind of like the 10 out here.
That top mid fight to come in. It could end up being a bloodbath in top mid if MIBR continue pushing.
MIBR just go slow again, just doing what they were doing at the beginning. Just mid control, then pivot back into somewhere, and then the mid person can have a lot of impact and take space. Seen this before.
JZZ flash primed.
Hey, over towards middle, we have a timed triple swing. I don't know if there was a flash or if it was literally just 3, 2, 1 swing.
What does he want to do? Does he want to TP out? Does he want to play for it? They've got the numbers, so he could have fallen back, but likes his
Elkrian, thank you for the bits as well, man.
He's been great dancing around those close
Thank you so much.
So that means
Let's go KRU. It's looking good.
Try and find space on this map. They lost mid.
Map's a little bit attack-sided.
But mid is always going to be hard from top mid.
6
3
already.
players and a fault line ready to go on that line. Good luck.
And if they go into market, there's a stun ready to go there as well. Here comes the fight. Up through top mid, Kesnit primed.
Oh.
But
Dude, he had no idea there would be another one there. Massive duel. Huge. KRU get up to 7. Spike down 20 seconds. Impossible round to win.
Lurking Sky again alone.
You see it one more time there. They're just trying to contact into mid without the Sky.
You're on an 8-loss streak. Need me on your team again, bro? Haven't played for a while. You don't want me on your team right now. Solid. Yeah, solid. And MIBR need a pistol, and it's 3-0, and they're not been able to get pistols.
Then they start to find the solution for these slower rounds. Re-clearing into
Nikki Sid, thank you so much as well. Thank you, thank you.
It's a timeout call.
And Nikki's ID. Thank you for the 6 months, man. Thank you for the half year.
Very nicely done. They had one play with the utility out, but it's all good in the end. They secure their 7th.
And Bazooka not feeling too good about that one.
Looks thrilled.
But for this
does not look happy.
Kevin standing by with a special guest.
Yes, joining right now we have MTA, the 6th player of KRU. Now, I gotta ask you, what do you think of KRU's overall performance? We saw them pretty much dominate on Icebox, now on Sunset.
¿Qué opinas de cómo ha jugado KRU este segundo mapa?
La están jugando bastante agresivo, como es característico de nosotros, así, de tener mucha proactividad, lo mismo que en el mapa anterior, y bueno, algo que me gusta cómo estamos jugando.
He said they're playing, their usual characteristic aggressive style this match.
Okay, yes, it's been very aggressive. So, next question I have for you, the new addition in Heat. I want to know your thoughts on Heat.
Me parece un jugador muy bueno, muy completo, con mucha mira, y obviamente que él tiene mucha experiencia, que se le nota que tiene todo para performar bien en el stage, y me cae súper bien.
He said he's really good. You can tell that Heat is a very good and experienced player.
So, to kind of push this, do we want to see this match get pushed to map 3? I guess is my final question. Or do we want to see KRU close things right here?
Que si queremos ver el mapa 3 o no, o queremos ver que KRU lo cierra aquí.
Y a mí me gustaría ver el tercer mapa, pero ya sé que se va a cerrar acá.
He would like to close it out here, but you know what? If it has to be 3.
I mean, I think we're all down to see this push to map 3 if it does get to that, right? 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 Yes! Well, let's keep the crewman show going. Gonna toss it right back to the casters.
The crewman show.
Yep.
Nope. Extremely loud incorrect buzzer. Not allowed.
I wonder how many people even understand that reference.
Surely people must.
You're acting
Actually,
like
I say
you're like
most,
40.
but that's an old film.
No, I'm not. I was wondering. I watched Truman Show for the first time like 2 months ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
I'm on my old movie arc right now.
But it's like in this.
Yeah.
I almost said the word psych.
Oh, it's definitely worth watching. It's a banging film.
It's just the same thing on repeat.
That's not true. They have a new comp. They're changing up their style. They're so adaptable.
Okay, call
and
me
they're
out.
on the precipice of maybe winning it 2-0 here against MIBR.
That is very true. Did think MTA being a bit of a traitor there.
Dude, it is, Des. Find out the year it was released.
We'll forgive him.
He's a fan of the content, and we got to respect that.
Love the game.
We'll see what KRU end up doing here. KRU's comp is very good at sort of exploding onto sites. The double initiator, that's for sure.
997, bro, that's old, man.
Compared to this, to the Sentinels comp, it's just the breach instead of a KO. KO can be really nice when you're actually finding out a cipher and shutting off that utility.
You guys aren't calling that old?
Breach makes it very hard to play any of the close angles. That fault line.
You guys aren't calling that old?
The sites on this map are so small. That aftershock, that fault line, that can cover so much space on an
You guys are
execute.
making me feel good about my age
play
then.
offsite and spam your trips. That's your best bet, but not when you're getting blasted, not when you're getting
I like the movement on this one. Got to keep an eye on the luck over towards middle.
Exactly what you set up.
Looking
FRT,
good for their first
great
pistol.
stuff
They
off the
stopped the
start.
plant
That's
as
gonna be a
well.
flood back
Luck
into
and
the
middle
site.
gets shut
Wingman is
down.
dead. The lurker is gone.
Might have done it.
This round has been very well dealt with the start for MIBR.
Lot of room to go for KRU to get that spike back. And a brutal cross coming in against them.
30 seconds left.
There's just no shot.
I would be bored if I was KRU. Like, they're holding the crossfire, they're not giving us our ones. We get smoked off, now there's no time.
No fun allowed.
Nope. Only winning on the mind.
10
No?
seconds
Okay.
left.
One player is watching behind. They're dead. 7 seconds, though. Someone just has to run for the hills, and there's no way this round could get out of hand.
Whoa.
Will hit some
Oh
nice
my god,
shots.
this
But it's a
guy's
pistol round. The kills don't matter really
little bit
beyond
scary.
getting the ult orbs.
I was gonna say, he getting 3 kills and a death there, that's 4 orbs on a pistol you lost.
Not bad.
I'm not unhappy.
3 away. This round, focus on orb maxing. Get him a couple orbs. You could have a round 3 thrash.
Love that. So this was the preview, right? Ultimately, you're playing off your trips, and you're playing sort of off-site to quick plug back in through the smokes. That's the pretty much the way you get around the breach is you can't play in any of the natural lines that you want to be playing on an actual site. And instead, you got to be a little bit more mobile, wait that stun out, get back in there quickly. MIBR doing the side dance very nicely in that one.
Refight into A main. 3 players primed up for it.
I love the quick look at your teammates.
This
They
is such
just
an old
instantly
school
got its head
pistol.
taken off.
Just
One enemy remaining.
Wow.
hit some sheriffs,
Spike down
take our
A.
shots.
Team.
Yeah, and they only get a little bit of damage done. It's a nice fast one. 7-7. KRU still feeling alright. Again, it's just a little bit attack sided, but
See, now going into that
One
round
away from
15,
official.
It's just one off of the thrash.
and the bonus isn't.
got their
Well, the
rifles
bonus
now
is
coming
alright.
into
At
this
least
one. I mean, MIBR
everyone
showed
has a
a
gun.
pretty interesting look over here. Heavy fight into shop, a little bit delayed. Wouldn't necessarily expect that, but I like them getting active on the side of the map away from their Cypher.
Yeah, even with this single initiator comp, you still do see MIBR go for a lot of those rounds off JZZ, where they're going for these fast reclears, setting up for those flash plays. Can still definitely catch you off guard.
On the other hand, KRU really like taking some control into mid here with the early Dizzy. Very easy to reclaim that one. Actually, a full mid-contain setup in terms of the Cypher camera in top mid. If you look at the mini-map, you got a tripwire and market as well. So KRU would have to do a lot of work to break that out.
Yeah, and with this breach, if you get control in mid, your breach has
That's
so
what
many
I'm
different
saying,
options on stun lines. You can set up your raise into market, to wrap one side of spawns, even go back
It's
through
what,
into
20
B. It really
26,
unlocks
27
so much
years old?
variety in the mid round that makes it a lot harder for the
I would call
defenders
that
to
old
find
for a
which side to
film.
rotate to.
Look at the mini-map. Huge pivots coming out from MIBR. They've got 4 players ready to anticipate this hit onto the A site. That is a great read from them. And potentially getting in front of it as well. They
Uh-oh.
can go for this heavy fight with the
Did they just
paranoia
random
straight
moment
down the
flash
same main
or
line.
is this off anything?
Do they time
God.
this right? KRU win out on both duels to begin. Klaus was not caught by either piece of utility. RGL next layer, he's
Surely
gone
not.
too.
Surely that
FRZ
wasn't how
last
you were gonna play
man
that.
standing over on this
Yeah, there's a
side of
lot of
it.
low HPs,
This
but they might not
round
get
is
any kills from it.
lights
Let's
out.
see.
And it's really just the difference of 3 seconds.
30 seconds
Had
left.
MIBR just decided arbitrarily,
Yeah, it could have
let's go for
gone-
this
could have
play
gone a
3
lot
seconds
worse,
earlier,
to be honest.
That paranoia hits 4 players.
Yep.
That's at least 2 kills, maybe more off the back. Untradeable.
68% say yes. Yeah, I thought so, man.
Sometimes
Thought
the
I was
timing
in
game is
the
all it comes
majority
down
for
to.
this.
Mazin just gonna let this one time out.
Well, that's rude.
Or just get bullied by breach util.
Holy.
Okay. Didn't have to do him like that.
Wait, Klaus, they won that round. Klaus didn't have to use any of his flashes. He still had one left
Yeah,
over after
it's-
using that
it's
one to
all-
hunt down the final player. A bit
I mean, they
ridiculous.
guess
didn't
it's all
use their
different.
util to
It's
set
how
anything
you
up. They
view
just got
it.
a great timing. Klaus killed 2 with his gun.
Usually, I mean, it is Valorant after all.
Generally, that's how
The way I'm viewing it,
Abilities
right?
don't kill, famous
If I
Amos.
hadn't seen a friend for 26 years, I will call them an
They
old
got
friend.
A little bit lucky with that timing.
That's how I'm viewing it.
See the little smirk on their face there.
Caution here.
This time scouting out to see if there was going to be any presence early down shop with that vertical.
Not saying that I'm friends with films,
Repositioning
but
back over into B. Now Crew haven't really
like,
tested
that's
this
how it
B
works
side,
in my
but
head.
This has been where the majority of the Cypher setup has been last couple of rounds outside of the pistol. And it's a pretty forward cam in B main that FRZ isn't clicked into all the time. So he actually clicks it, sees 3 players. That's big information gathered.
Kesnet only one off his ultimate here.
Did I just hear a satchel?
This is
Fat
nice.
figure
We
that?
just double default for.
I think so.
Be unfortunate if he gets the
They
old
won
layer
it
in this
though?
round, only having the single satchel.
Guide Dog goes over towards
Especially
B
with the
since
breach.
they
A lot
cleared a
of
lot
times
of
you
B,
want
and
that
then
race
now
field
they can
double
go
diamond
heavy,
and
and
Archie go in
they're just
really
gonna
fast.
use the
They can take things a
fish
little
like they
slower.
would a
But with
silver
how
drone.
passive
And you
MIBR is with their
so
mid
you'd
control.
fish out, but
Just
actually the heavy
contacting this
pressure is
space, and now they'll
market. This
split
is
with
nice.
the Thrash coming through main.
Rip stops
Stun
them. We
doesn't
have a
connect onto
sight
anyone,
on
and then they're
retake.
just gonna
Omen
try and
Flash
play
goes
flood
in. They get nothing for it other than
3 players
potentially
back
the
in Boba
plant,
for
and
MIBR,
then
but
do we
notice
see
how
the
Crew have
broken
left
plant?
a
Wait,
player in
where is
market.
this?
Shai's got that positioning.
Okay.
That's so important in the post plant.
Does he plant
Kesnet
goods
is
for
fighting
the after
so
plant? Do
heavily
they want to
towards
fight
Mark.
sight?
If he
This is a
gets
big
kill, he
retake for
gets his
MIBR.
ult.
They got to
That
eco
could
if
be
they
make
lose
or
this.
break. Focus on market. Here
Oh, the
comes
nade to
flood
break
from
up the
MIBR.
crossfire. That was
The
nice.
first kill on the Shai untraded, but the second layer of this Thrash has now been activated. Into spawn it goes, no detainment.
They deleted
Great
that
shutdown
fast.
for MIBR.
Yeah, and they go back over towards here. Now, I think Wingman didn't plant this well, so I think it's like a little bit more room to actually defuse this, so we'll keep an eye. It looks relatively close to the wall. Could be a bit better.
Showstopper, it connects.
Damn, don't even need it.
Shuts them all down, 4 kills in quick succession. FRC still
Yeah, and they're
fighting,
just
but
gonna
there's
get
just
out
not
of there,
enough time.
man. They're all
Go run for the hills. Crew will claim their 9.
very nicely done.
Kesnet getting a
And
kill
yeah, it's
from
the
offside
same
there was
old
everything.
thing we've seen before. Plant goes in.
But with that one kill,
I mean, the
he
ult
unlocks
was a big
showstopper
reason for
and
this.
gets the second frag to give him his paint shells back too. He had 2 things. So much stall comes in. That is awesome. And really just solved their round.
You see it here. Showstopper for the second.
and shells.
Nade on
Yeah,
display.
the util was incredible.
The LCQ run for Crew was built on Kesnet's raise. The rain is fun, but when you get to watch this man on what I think is his best agent, it is stunning.
And like we said, forced them down to eco. Get the judge out.
It's
Get the
Sheriffs.
rifle out. Got a hero
They're gonna need to
rifle.
find an answer
The
for
saves,
mid.
obviously.
Some kind of delayed
Where's
fight
the
or
judge?
really test pushing up
Post
on the
B?
extremities. Being bunkered.
Got a smoke to play off with?
Retaking just from Boba.
Wait, you
It's
got
just
no
not gonna
smoke to
work.
play off and you judge here?
Same time, just playing a judge up close. Maybe
Guy
can
not
hope
gonna
for a
get
couple of
wrecked.
kills.
How much can Mazim get? Oh, he's so
He's got the
blind.
goop on his
I mean,
eyes.
honestly, he did good.
Can't see anything
Dude, I'm telling you, a
sometimes.
smoke there, he
just
might
hopped
actually just
over
get
his
like
head.
3.
It's only 1 for 1. And there's only 1 hero rifle to work with. This comp, with no flashes for JZZ left, it's really tough to win these retakes.
At least
Especially with
a
how
wall.
good Crew is with the rolling defense. That's some info left over from a cam late. And now the paranoia will come in towards sight, but Kesnet again finding the right angle to take these duels. He'll keep fragging towards back sight. Will his
Oh.
teammates join him? And
So what the
suddenly
hell
it's
happened
falling
over
apart.
towards sight? He got 2?
He has a molly. Mosh
Ah,
will
it's a
delay.
great
He will jump
reposition.
up
He's
the
owned
wrap
it.
around the pillar. But RGL's trying to
Oh.
do the same. Time ticking. RGL needs to get this halfway, but he takes the fight instead.
Bro,
And
he
wins
and
it.
Kesnet, man.
He just about saves that round.
Oh my god, he's giving
And he's
it to
giving
them.
it to his former teammates on the
Yeah,
stage.
he's giving it.
New rule, same star.
That camera not
Yeah,
being
he wants to
broken
win so badly,
really
man.
allowed MIBR to take some well-informed fights into backside. They know now that Crew are playing these post plants pretty aggressively.
Doing so well, yeah, he
Swinging
really
into
is.
them. RGL Meister just takes a couple of heads off there. But it's fighting like that, fighting so far
Honestly,
forward early in
Crew,
rounds
they're all playing
that
great.
slows down a retake. When you threaten, you've got players
It looks
up
like
forward
a
like that.
looks like a scary team at the
Makes
moment.
it a lot harder
I like
for
this as a
MIBR to
default. Did he
flood out
cage to get
fast.
this camera out? Early cage, cam above, so you have to 180. It's a nice default.
This round, we've got another trap set up.
Then you gotta
This
go in
camera sees a
clear.
player
It's a
coming on
nightmare
in.
to clear.
Showstopper can't quite find the kill.
And the cam can just
That's
spot. Man,
tragic
I
for
really like
MIBR.
this default. That's
No
very, very
connection.
cool.
Off the rocket and
You
immediately.
can do the camera
Crew's gonna
from here.
re-clear.
I like that they're walking back.
Would
in.
imagine.
You can see MIBR anticipating, hey, maybe it's.
The only thing is you
rotate
couldn't
backwards
see the
then.
There was
angle
camera
holding,
above
but
the
that's
whole
okay.
time. That's why they didn't need to use any util to retake this space.
Yep. Very early placed into the round.
Satchel out.
3 players already backside from MIBR though. They are absolutely ready for this.
Second thrash of the half. Heat clearing back side, it detains onto one.
Do they
Now
tunnel
only two
vision?
players to survive, and just an overwhelming amount of util. Kesnan adjusts for the second there. It's lovely stuff.
Damn, the
Shy's got one
shots
of
at
his
the
own.
moment.
Trades favorable towards Crew. Artisan needs to step up. Already 3 kills in the round.
Smoker
Cuts it
over
down to
towards
even
B
odds.
main. I wonder when he gets his smoke. Only 2 people to
It's a
spam.
2-on-2 now. But there's no smokes from MIBR to be able to block off B main.
First
Artisan has
smoke
an
goes
aid.
in. Dude, he
He'll combo
smokes
it with
here.
the molly,
Oh.
but it misses. Heat keeps his position,
Standing.
but Mazin
Yeah, it might be a
finds
little bit
kill
harder
onto
now.
Bowser. Heat for the 1v2. A clutch against
Whoa.
his former squad. And he's already gotten the first kill. The
Damn,
second
bro.
on the swing. A
Damn,
jab.
dude, he's gonna give it.
Side.
He's gonna give it 1v2.
Back to back! Heat's nasty with it!
Oh my god, he's having so much impact.
Not a moment's worth of hesitation.
What a Red Bull clutch. The movement on this one was sublime. So fast.
Dude, he was
on
hit
that
so
reposition.
fast,
He's
yeah.
so fast swinging around the
The
left
decision
side.
making was there.
No one's ready
Go on,
for
give
it
me his
quick
POV.
like that. Holy.
4 rounds in a row. 1 for Crew. The last 2 were all Heat in
I
the
thought he was
clutch.
gonna. I thought we were gonna say replay of him fully giving it.
Just looking at the
satchel,
money
yeah, it
for
worked well
MIBR,
for the
they've
peak, right?
got nothing in this round. They're gonna have sheriffs. Maybe they could hero rifle on Artisan, but it's not looking easy. And after that, the ults are gonna start rolling
Wasn't
in.
safe
for
to
Crew.
show.
Some
Yeah, maybe
big
he's giving it
heavy
a little bit
hitters.
too hard.
The
No.
raise, the breach, Gecko
Saving
just
him from a
4 off
fine.
as well.
That's the danger of this comp. That snowball.
And it's all the post plants. I mean, MIBR, I like what they're doing. That's the tough thing, because they're so quick to be out on site. They had 3 players there. Unfortunately, one guy is caught off by the Thrash, ends up getting, taken down.
Not
It
even
was
sure
good
it's the
entry from
post
Kesnet.
plants. Is it not just like the jewels on site?
But
I
the
mean,
fights
I guess
just
a few of
not
them have been
going their
post
way.
plants.
And sometimes that happens, but you have to lock back
Feels like they
in.
get too
You
many
have to
jewels
get
on
ready for
site.
it.
Force them down to an eco, accepting that it's 12. I mean, they kind of
It's
have
gonna
to with
come
the
a
money.
huge stack over towards this A side. I mean, FRZ is completely on his own on B. Just early spam, and it's successful. Mini map, you saw the tripwire was broken in top mid. Puts a lot more pressure now on MIBR. Now JZZ has to hold that line.
Maple, hello, mate.
Means they've only got 3 players up forward in A.
RGL pushed off his line in A main. There's still this setup towards elbow.
Not so easy for Crew to get through here.
Flash goes
There's
in to
still
get
a
info
paranoia
mid
for
or didn't hit
RGL.
anyone, so they're at least going
Crew are
to
gonna
keep this
sniff one out.
3-person
they
stack towards
haven't been
A.
able to take the space. They don't have the
Maybe
ball
with
line
that flash
anymore.
they decide
He's
that
not
they
for
need
another
to
15,
try and
20
just walk
seconds,
middle
so
because they
yeah,
think
let's
no
go
one's here.
challenge top mid.
There'll be less
Let's see
people
what
here.
the deal is with that space.
I love how often this
Gubsy,
team
thank you very much, man. Appreciate the 5
is willing
months.
to go through these splits
Oh, they
through
just backed
spawn.
up.
The
No
timing
way.
is so brutal for MIBR.
I could have dinner with one
JZZ's
Vow
got
agent.
two
Who am I
catches.
choosing? What
I mean,
the?
it's an anti-eco, man. Don't even have to pop the showstopper, but he's feeling it. He'll keep fighting deeper into this site, and the rocket misses.
I feel like I
out
would
for
need
the
to know
paranoid.
lore
It's
for this one.
followed Up on the site for utility.
Yeah, and they clean this one up.
The round's just perfect.
I mean, yeah.
Okay,
Crew,
5 chances
don't
to end
get
this.
faked out. Don't walk into that stack
On to
over
the
towards
question.
A.
Where's the
Kesnet
most
has a
mad
lot.
backstory?
The first kill, very good, but he hears that sky rotating.
Maybe
up,
Omen,
and that's why he
bro.
goes
See
to
what this
single
dude's
satchel
saying.
Into freeze, because every other Raze player.
Plus,
you're
if you make
expecting them
friends
to
with
satchel
Omen,
and
then he can
keep
just
on
TP you
switching, but he
places.
knows that
Wait,
top mid player's
I guess
gonna
only he
swing
can
back into
TP.
him. That was the choice he made in that round. That was so pretty on the entry.
But if you made friends with him, right, he could literally go get you stuff.
Series point Crew.
You want some ice cream, but you can't be bothered to leave the house?
And it again starts.
Yeah,
Taking
Omen.
space in mid. MIBR yet to contest this space.
It's tough. Like all you
Okay,
really
5
have to fight
chances.
there is a flash. The Omen paranoia is not good.
They
It's
just could
too much
res
open
people, yeah, but I
space.
think that you get a weird spot after that, man.
You can maybe set up a trap
I
idea.
don't think you want to mess with that stuff.
And with the sky pick, already one of those flashes is gone.
And the main idea in mid is off of that camera. If a player is seen, then you've got out of market that Raze ready to fight forward. Artisan could be the hero to step out into mid and look for the fight.
FRZ.
We know someone's there, and we know it's the Cypher that's usually softer. I didn't see Artisan was actually boosted up on top of Ticket. So no chance to peek out into mid.
Big
Big
duel.
shot there for JC.
Yeah,
It
what a
feels
big
like
duel
the
that
first
was.
ages
Pretty much
MIBR
the
have
round
known.
on that duel, it feels like.
As well, so the rotates
And
can come in now.
at
FRZ is going to
12-7, do
group
you
with his
want to
teammates on
use your
site.
ult that you were used to hitting
Rolling
towards the
Thunder
site?
still available. If they play too heavily on the site, they could get punished. I think RGL realizes that. He'll retreat to play Flood instead.
Yep. They know they've got the Seekers to guide them into sight. There goes the Rolling Thunder. Satchel in from
30
Kesnet.
seconds left.
Okay,
And the plan
I mean,
goes
yeah.
down. TP up to play the high-low between Melzer and
See what
Kesnet
the
too.
retake is
It's
like.
gonna be tough to break
Omen
back in.
flash,
JCZ has
nade.
one flash. RGL paranoid. Those
Holy
tools
hell,
to get
FRZ's
back in.
just
It's the
strolling
fight
out.
instead, ahead from Shy. 3v5 to stay alive. FRZ another. Kesnet
Yeah, nice
naded,
util on this.
blinded,
MIBR would take the
slanted,
win
take
here
it
though. They got the
down. Melzer, 1v5.
got the breach ult out of them
And
as
he's
well.
gone too.
Start counting this one down. KRU have no timeouts. Can't get involved. Coach.
MIBR kind of dismantling them there. Nice shot from JZZ, getting active. It kind of reminds me a bit of the Icebox game, where once they started taking more forward contacty lines, they were just kind of owning in a lot of the duels they went for. JZZ, you know we had a couple of great rounds earlier in the first half, so go for another one. Don't just rest on your back and wait to go for that full retake. Go for a little pick earlier. That worked very nicely for him.
With the cushion KRU has, though, they have time to earn some of these big ultimates again. Only 2 off that Thrash for Heat. And they're keeping the pace high. Dizzy clears through that window towards elbow.
Down one away from
JZZ
Fischl.
might look for
But
a
with a
little peek
plan,
from
they get
shot, though.
Fischl.
That's
And
what
they've
I'm
been playing
expecting.
retake
Forced
over
off the line with
towards
the
A,
flash,
so
but he
that
could
would
get
in
back on
theory
there.
be the
Knows
easy
they
or
pushed all
easy
the way up
plan.
because that Cypher trip, but we're still very early into the round. KRU are going to freeze a little bit and let
Flash
the
goes
round
out
cook.
towards middle.
Think that
I'm
there
pretty
could
sure
be
that
some
didn't
kind of
hit
alert.
the Cypher,
JZZ
so
actually
Cypher
just threw
feels
a
like he
flash
might have
into mid.
timing.
I believe it ended up pinging
At least taking the
onto
duel over
Shy's
towards
orb,
middle right
so
now.
Just that pressure alone makes the A site softer. Now you'll actually see
Create
that
question mark
JZZ is holding
towards
cockpit
A,
as opposed to
and
into shot.
hoping that it creates double question mark and the Cypher isn't here. They also go close, maybe looking for the Cypher trip.
A
They
smoke
didn't
back
see
towards
it.
market. Trying to fake pressure there.
Lurk smoke.
Done
and
into
actually
market, bit of
Shy
pressure
stepping
with
in
the
off that
smoke as
space.
well, so this is
Really
nice.
making some
Does he
noise
want to
there,
cage
going
out,
for
or
the
does he
pick.
want
Pulling
not
some
give away
pressure,
that
but
it's the
his dog out
Cypher?
into mid sees that it's just the Cypher alone. Now KRU need to accelerate in towards A. Tripwire broken. Blind goes up over the top, and now the information is starting to be gathered for MIBR.
Surely this gets seen at one point. It should be on the minimap.
30 seconds
We can
left.
click out of that and try to break it, but
Planted.
the decision is made instead to let the spike go down.
Thrash to fight into spawn for KRU. But he just doesn't have enough time. The ult has to come back.
And
They'll
they
wait for
block
the
vision
second
so he can
wave
pick
of
it up.
hit. It's so dangerous to pick this
Oh
up.
my god.
He's going for the re-clear.
He's using the molly to
These
get
are
the
so much
flash.
util
Late
for this.
round, that'll be
Omen flash
available now
into
fast.
Raze
Showstopper
ult, and
into
my
the site.
goodness. There was one
Arsenal's
point where they
cleared
could have
everyone
killed a
off.
lot.
Remember that Thrash. They have a piece
Big
of
Jules.
to re-clear here as KRU fights towards spawn. The trades are even 3v2.
Ah, it's
Down on
done.
the spike, RGL alone. The
Yeah,
Thrash
that
is
was too
coming
much.
after him. Can he
Whoa.
get it done? A second
Wait.
kill found 1v1. Smoke still up. Time.
Okay, nicely handled from KRU. 2-0 on this. Looked really dominant. And yeah, he really wanted that one. He had so much impact in some of these rounds.
With their second win.